Hello guys, this is the second part of interview with Crypto Dungeon. We are continuing to discuss the new Cosmos Hub game, the future plans and the utility of Dragon token. So watch it and don't forget to stay custom with us because you will get a multiplier for the second Crypto Dungeon airdrop.
Because I thought any of these NFT collections got their own world, their own story behind, and it would be great to see, for example, new world with such a story connects to another world with different story, and they can fight each other or collaborate with each other, like in different NFT things. So. And in my opinion, firstly, it was like it will be something like that in the future games, for example, to involve more NFT creators, to make them able to create something in this game, to maybe make the collection popular, involve new people, also involve to their collections. Maybe will be something like that in the future.
What's called minimum viable product, right? So the MVP, we're trying to launch that, and that's going to be everything that the game needs to be fully functional, to be fun to play. And then we're going to be launching different expansions where we're going to be adding different features. And I can't say all those features what they're going to be, but I have certain things in my mind that I want to do. But yeah, the minimum viable product will not have additional chains. It won't have other communities yet. But as soon as we succeed at the first launch, we can add those as we go. So we plan on continuing development on Cosmic Quest, not just launching the game and then it's done. It'll continually have more and more content as we go. We'll add more dungeons, we'll add more levels and things like that. But we want people to be able to play and to see what it is. We're probably going to have a beta later this year. And the people that will get to play first, we sold just a 3-day collection of these Cosmos. I think about 50 of them got sold. So the people that have those, we're going to give some of them away actually. There's a promotion with Forge on Cosmos, basically how you launch your own chain. And people that participate in that event, we're gonna airdrop 25 of those to people that participate in that event, and they will have first access to beta test the game this year. So we are working our asses off to get that done. But yeah, I mean that's the priority: is get out the minimum viable product, and then make it even better and better and better. So it might not even be on the mobile app store, you know, when the game is out right away. It might be a mobile, it might be like on the browser. And then, you know, we can start like that, and then we launch different editions as we continue to get funding and we hire more people to do the rest of the work.
You told about the second game, and I also wondering what is it, how it will work, and will it be similar to the concept of Cosmic Quest, like the card battles, for example?
Cosmic Quest is the second game. Our first game is out, and we still play it actually. The problem with the first game that we had was the community that we are with are not gamers. They are crypto guys, and some of them wanted to play D&D and actually learn how to do that, and they did play. We launched several videos on YouTube of them playing. They were from different projects. But if you don't show up and you have a 3-hour appointment with our dungeon master, who I paid thousands of dollars that year for your group, we pre-funded 6 teams, $5,000 each to play, and that was, I had to spend that on my own money, and then people wouldn't show up for the game, which screwed over the other 3 people that were playing, and they just couldn't play, because if you don't have your team together, it's not going to be fun. So we're gonna go back to that in the future once we get this successful and we become probably more popular. But if you want to play the first game, we're gonna definitely bet you, because if you don't show, it ruins it for everyone. But that was kind of the original idea we had for Crypto Dungeon. We wanted to have this tabletop role-playing game, and we can even make our NFTs mutable from the first collection, and then we can update the metadata from what they earn in the game. So that's another plan to go back to the first game again and kind of make that even better. But I think what you're meaning is the third game. We may make many games that are similar to Cosmic Quest, because it's not that difficult to do that. We can do them fairly quickly once we have everything figured out. But the future game that we had in mind, I think that you may have heard me talk about, is going to be an online Dungeons and Dragons experience, but it will be like amazing graphics. Like you won't even be able to know you're not in the real world, but you are your character. You may have an AI dungeon master, for instance. And with the first game that we have, we can't really scale it because we'd have to hire professional dungeon masters that are at the caliber that Donovan is at, which there's not many like that. He's very, very good. He's expensive to hire. You know, he was charging 5,000. He's charging 10,000 a year now for 4 players to play with him for the year. So for a team of 4, it's $2,500 a person to play, just regular Dungeons and Dragons with him. So like to get more dungeon masters at a level that he's at, where they're all playing in the same world together, because Sidril is this world that he's created, and he's been working on this for like 10 years. He has his own mythology, his own gods, his own, you know, king. The whole world is sort of designed, and there's already players playing in it. If your group does something big in the world, it affects every player in the entire game. So it's a lot of coordination. And if you had multiple dungeon masters, it'd be very difficult to do that. But when AI becomes more and more powerful and effective, we should be able to scale it to the level where we can have hundreds of thousands of people playing in this game that is a true Dungeons and Dragons experience where they're all playing in the same world, but it's true D&D, not just like a, you know, Baldur's Gate where it's single player or something like that, which I love that game. I mean, it's amazing. It's one of the best games ever built, but want to make it a true D&D experience where you can actually interact with other players as well. So that's going to be a technological challenge that we don't have everything we need to do that yet, but we will 2 to 3 years in the future. So we're building for things that don't exist yet. So Cosmic Quest, for instance, no one's ever done kind of what we've attempted, but the technology now exists for us to finish it. So we're already designing a game that won't be possible yet. 3 years from now, it will be. So we're starting to kind of put the patchwork together and the groundwork for that.
Okay. Sounds very interesting. What will be the main audio?
Get my cat and dog out of here.
Okay, okay, yeah, okay, let's do it.
1 second. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I wanna also know what is the main audience for these games? Like, because you would like to combine crypto guys and the usual people from non-crypto world, and there are much more people from non-crypto world. So, as far as I understand, this is the main audience for this game.
100 times more. 100 times more. So like, okay, look at the price of Atom right now, where no one knows about crypto. Maybe 1% of the population engages in crypto. And actually, Cosmos is not the most well-known ecosystem. That's why the price is low. If the marketing is better, and one of the ways that we plan on helping Cosmos is with marketing, then we can grow the ecosystem in crypto users. But if we can bring in 100 times more users into the ecosystem through mobile gaming, you can imagine what that could do. So, I mean, it is a little ambitious, like what I'm saying, but we plan on using Cosmic Quest as like a catapult for Cosmos. I mean, it just, if it becomes successful, then we will have a limitless source of new players coming in that can be participating in the ecosystem as well. People that really benefit, though, are the people that are in now. So if you are having one of our NFT Atom where you stake Dungeon or Dragon or whatever, you're getting in early. And then when all these other people come in and they see, I want one of these NFTs so I can get paid, well, the price is going to go up because there are not going to be very many of them. There's a limited supply, and they're already being held by people. So those people can decide, I want to keep this and I want to play the game, or I'm going to sell it. So yeah, I mean, it's amazing to me actually that we've had as much trouble as we've had selling the NFTs. We're at like 38% minted, but I think once people see the game and what it's going to do, that will go very, very, very quickly. And it's just people complain, oh, it's $40 for me to get this NFT. Well, wait till it's 50,000, you know. And
Yeah, I see some NFTs which you showed me yesterday. It's something crazy, by the way. I was shocked.
Yep.
Looks great, absolutely amazing. And I also understand that we will see that the NFT will be minted.
What's that? I lost the last part there.
We will be able to play the game after all the NFT will be minted.
Yep. And
So
I don't know when that's going to be. I mean, it could be a month, it could be 3 months. But the people that have the Cosmoverse edition, I have a whole bunch that I'm going to give away during that Forge event. They will beta test it first, and I think those people will get the word out pretty quickly, and then people will really start to see what it is, and then realize the potential, and then I think we'll mint out very quickly, and then we can really launch the actual game. But yeah, unless we just decide, hey, we're going to abandon the mint, we're going to burn the rest of the NFTs, we're going to airdrop them. We need to wait until the collection's done, and I think it'll ruin the game if we don't have the full collection. It just won't make it as great of an experience as we planned on. Plus, we need the funding. I'm been paying everything out of my own pocket from my job. I have to pay 2 people on our team full time that don't work full time jobs that are relying on me to fund that. And then we want to even hire another game developer to move things forward faster, as well as a full time marketer, because I'm doing all the marketing myself, and I see 30 patients a day. It's very difficult for me to do all of this. So eventually the plan is when we have the funding, I'm going to be hiring people so that I can focus on the things that I should be focusing on, and other people can take over some other responsibilities. But yeah, I mean, we have not been able to get um, much funding coming in from that yet, but we have some, which is helping us to build and keeping us going. So
I also would like to know this token dungeon. Maybe it will be used in the future drops, not like the second one, which will come soon, as far as I understand. But maybe if players get a big high score or something like that, maybe we'll earn some dungeon tokens also, or it will be like a bit outside of it process.
if you
Like
look in our
they
white
will
paper,
be, yeah.
yeah, if you look in our white paper, there's a pool that's laid out for player rewards, prize pools, all kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
So 10% of our supply is allocated for that. We have different pools, and one of the things that we're trying to fix in the change, pools were never minted. So the only pools that were minted were the people that got the airdrop and the founders tokens and things like that. And actually, our inflation is 10%, but the amount of tokens, the APR will go way higher once the other tokens are minted, because the total supply will be at 1 billion, which is what it was planned on being. And then I think what's going to happen is, one, the APR will be very high at first, but we want to drop the inflation rate as quickly as we possibly can. But we want to be able to basically kickstart the chain and get people to stake and invest. So 10% inflation is not insane, but it's higher than I would like it long term. But yeah, one of the patches that we're trying to do is we need tokens for liquidity pool. Those never got minted. We had pools for development and different things like that. We have to mint those as well. And then once we finish all that, the chain will be fully ready to launch pools on Osmosis. Planning on doing well, and there's even some centralized exchanges that have been reaching out to us. So we're got a lot of different options there once we finish everything.
I also would like to know, there will be the ability to players to play against each other and maybe bet some dungeon tokens to the top. Like, I know I got the better NFT, I bet 1,000 of dungeon that I will win. Or it will be not in this game, like, for example.
I'm staying away from gambling. We can have prizes and stuff, but I don't want to engage in anything that's unethical or illegal in this country, because I don't want to be destroyed by the government. So everything that we've done has been very careful to avoid that. We're incorporated in the United States. There's not a lot of regulation out right now, but like that's why we've stayed away from DeFi, because most of DeFi has been, unfortunately, for investors. Maybe like 99% of all projects have been rugs. So yeah, we're just trying to be careful about doing anything that's considered unethical or illegal. In some places in the U.S., maybe gambling's legal, but we're just kind of staying away from that at first. So yeah, I mean, if a project wants to come in, they want to build a casino on our chain, we're probably going to say no to that, at least at first. So
Also,
yeah, anything.
very okay. Yeah, continue, please. Sorry to bother you.
No, just anything with gambling, we're probably staying away from initially.
Okay. We got like our plans from our side. We know that we can build our own worlds by using the, for example, I write the prompt, create me the knight's world with some dragons and all that stuff. And for example, maybe there will be the opportunity to some AI stuff to build their own worlds, which will be connected to the Cosmic Quest games. And with this, like being involved in the whole process and maybe take a part in the development of it on some kind of level.
For a new game coming in, or just things to add on?
Maybe for the new game, maybe for the Cosmic Quest, because then I realized that there is a different worlds. First thing I was getting in my mind that it would be very cool to make my own world and probably to attack someone else or collaborate with someone else with the different ecosystem, different ideas and all of the stuff. Like it's maybe something similar to the Hobbits and all the stuff, for example.
I see. Yeah, I mean, anyone who wants to do anything with Cosmic Quest will have to talk to Donovan, who's our game designer, because he knows exactly how difficult or easy that's going to be. He's the one making most of this. We have a couple people that are helping him, but if you're wanting to add something to the game, you're going to want to talk to him. Anything that's involving not Cosmic Quest, you want to build your own game, he's also going to be involved with that because he's going to be helping design it. So we want teams to come in that have some knowledge about gaming, but really just, man, I just don't know how to get from here to here, and we can help with that. But we can't do things. We can help a lot with the design, with funding, with marketing and promotion. But yeah, I mean, if you have an idea and you have some idea in your mind of how that game is going to look or how it would integrate, you definitely want to talk to him. So we've already got multiple teams queued up that are waiting for us to finish this and finish the chain so that they can start building themselves.
But they will build like they own different games, or it will somehow connect to the Cosmic Quest. Because
probably
I'm
their
talking
own.
What?
Probably their own games.
Yeah, because what I was talking previously, it would be pretty cool, like to have different teams, different people involved in one main world with some their own ideas, and to make like the whole different world like we have in the real life. For example, the people would like to make something that no one would like to make. For example, like I would like to say.
To put that into Cosmic Quest, I think is more difficult than to build your own world. But we can. I want to talk to anyone who wants to build anything. So if people have ideas on how they want to come in, I'm happy to talk to them. So our community manager, Holy Folly, he does a lot of that as well. So multiple projects have already spoken to him, and then he brings them to the team, and then we start looking into it. These are guys that may want to do this, and we may want to have them on board. But yeah, anyone who wants to do anything, we're happy to talk to. But we did make it permissioned for a reason. We just don't want anyone coming in and building, because it can clutter up the chain and put a bunch of garbage on there. And that would make us more money, probably. That's not what we're all about. We plan on succeeding by helping others succeed. And I think that will even excel our projects. So it's just a different way of doing it.
Okay. People would like to know also about the second airdrop. How it will looks like, will it be bigger, and all the stuff kind of like this. Do you have any something special for us?
Yeah, I can tell you the whole thing. So the first airdrop was 10% of the supply. It went to 250,000 wallets. Anyone who staked more than 50 atoms. For some reason, some people got missed in the snapshot. I'm not sure exactly, but we've been trying to give those people tokens as much as possible. But the second airdrop will be about 5%, but way, way, way less people will be involved with that. So the size of the airdrop per wallet will be much larger than the first one. So the first one was probably pennies at most per wallet. People can complain about that, but we did it for a reason. We had stream swap buyers that invested their own money to risk. We launched our own token after 2.5 years of not wanting to do that and risking people getting hurt. Finally did, but we want to make sure that we protect those people from people dumping. So if we just had a massive amount of value in the first airdrop, everyone's going to dump, and then those stream swap buyers get hurt. So the second airdrop is designed to reward the people that really support us the most and have invested their own money and really have been with us since the beginning. So there's a stream swap multiplier. If you did buy in stream swap, you get another ×2 multiplier. And if you're staking atoms with us or any dungeon chain validator, Quasar, Ape Iron, Posthuman, there's a couple now actually. We have 6 validators. There's going to be 10 really soon here. If you stake with any of those validators, then you get another anywhere from ×2 to ×10 multiplier on your airdrop. And I'll explain how that works in a second. But if you have any of the NFTs that are in the airdrop, that's another ×2 multiplier. Quest holders, which is outside of that 5%, and that will be no limit. Any number of Cosmic Quest NFTs you hold, you will get an airdrop for that with a multiplier for rarity. So if you hold an ultra rare or whatever, you get a multiplier on that NFT and you get a bigger airdrop. So it will be much bigger per wallet, and it will be after we create we're going to already have pools on Osmosis, so people will have the opportunity to buy and sell. And I'm hoping the price goes up significantly once that happens. So now airdrop 2 is no longer pennies per wallet. It's okay, you supported us, you staked your tokens, you took a risk, now we're going to reward you. So the way the multipliers work, if there's 50 million tokens, we total up the number of people that staked Dragon, which is the qualification, and we subtract anyone who sold Dragon because they're exempt. And we take the multipliers and we calculate how many shares are there in the total pool. So if you had a ton of multipliers, and let's say you got a ×100 on your airdrop, then you would get 100 shares of whatever total number of shares there were. So we would divide the 50 million tokens by the number of shares that you have, and that's your airdrop. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that sounds really interesting, and I think people will like the whole idea. And now I see in the chats basically that they asking if I would like to buy this, and this, how much I will get in total, and it's really hyped for sure.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a risk. I mean, don't support us if you don't believe in us. I don't want you to, because we've been doing what we've been saying for 2.5 years. Yeah, we got some delays, right? Like I may say I want to do this week, and then something happens because I'm not a blockchain developer, but like he wants to do it the right way. He wants to make sure that we don't launch and we completely flop and the change just doesn't work. So it's taking longer than I wanted, but we always do what we say we're going to do. Cosmic Quest will come out. It might be later than I would like, but it's going to come out and it's going to be in the near future. So we're not going to stop until we succeed here. But if you don't believe in us, sell your airdrop. Take your pennies. It's okay. And then the people that do stake and they stay in, let them reap the rewards. So that's kind of how we want to do it.
Do you got in mind when we will be able to see the second airdrop? Maybe the month or something like that, when we will be able to get?
Like when it'll happen?
Yeah. Like I know for sure that the snapshot will be taken like and after that how much how long we need to wait to get the second airdrop on our wallets.
Okay, so the snapshot will occur about a week after we launch the pools. So I want to give people enough time to stake, which they've had now. Most people I think that have staked. We already have like, I think it's 90 some million people, tokens have already been staked. 150 million are locked and can't be staked for a year. Those are the founders allocation. So more than 2/3 of all of the tokens that are liquid have been staked or are locked. So only about a third of them are still loose. But as soon as we can launch pools, which we're waiting on a few things here. One, there's a chain upgrade on Tuesday, and that will change the unbonding time, which allows us now to have relayers that work, because there was something that was messed up in the initial chain configuration when we launched. So we had to fix that. Once that happens, then we can process the rest of the upgrades quicker. So we need to create the pools for the liquidity pool and the other pools that we need. And as soon as that's done and all the founders tokens are locked and can't be sold, that's when we're going to launch pools. So it's unfortunately taken longer than I initially anticipated because I did not foresee all these issues that we're having. But we're getting close. I mean, if the chain upgrade is Tuesday, we may need one more prop. I think that takes 5 days. And then once that prop is up and gets voted on, then we can execute the second chain upgrade and then we can go. So a week after that, once we have pools, and then as soon as we code the airdrop, we can launch it. So should be this month. I mean, can't
So
really be more specific.
yeah, okay, sounds great and very optimistic because we also work with it for some less amount of time, but I think great idea, great game because I understand it better after I read like papers and watch the video. It was a bit unclear, and now I understand how it would like, what the main idea, and I think people will like it, and maybe we'll get it as soon as possible after that because NFT will be minted faster. So I think we got anything we want to know. Thank you for your time. I hope you like it.
Sure. Were there questions? I think some people asked something on Twitter. I can't remember what it was, but I don't know if we missed anything or not. But you think you got everything that everyone asked?
Yeah, let's check. We got a few questions today about Steam, about other collections, like collaborations between audience and release estimation date. So I think like we got almost everything we want to know.
Well, let me throw out something before we end this. But like, we want to help everyone that we can, and even communities that have like, I don't know, like Juno, for instance. I feel like, we try to help and then we get stabbed as we try to pull people off a cliff. But like, if people in the community participate in the game, the chain will do well. If they do not participate, then the chain will do less well. So it is up to each community whether they want to participate. And plus, if other communities participate, because one, we're going to mint out NFTs much quicker and we'll have more activity. But like, that's the thing, is like, I really want to get the blockchains involved, and I have not done a great job doing that as of yet. So I mean, our collection is on Stargaze. We haven't really heard much from them. Juno is every time I try to post something, they think I'm like grifting or something or shilling, and I'm just trying to honestly help the chain get involved. But yeah, like, I think we need to do a much better job at marketing because, like you said, there are things that you don't understand about the airdrop, and I'm trying to be as clear as I can, and I'm trying to post content. But even the people that are in crypto that are sort of seeing our project, they don't even understand, and I'm doing the best I can. So we really got to step up our marketing game here, and try to get more communities involved. And we have people coming into Discord 20 times a day asking like, when listing and all this stuff. And I've answered this question about 47,000 times today. But like, please just read. but I think we just need to get the word out much better than we have been. So if anyone can help with that and wants to join in our efforts, I really appreciate it. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
You're doing the great thing, building a strong, healthy community, trying to involve the new people to the Cosmos Hub ecosystem, which is a really tough thing, especially without professional marketing from the hub. And I think it will help all of us and validators, projects, and other cosmonauts to get newcomers, get new collections, get new ideas, and all the stuff. And you're doing in pretty great way. Not like, for example, it done on Solana with the meme coins, which is very similar to the Casino. You're doing great, difficult,
Like that
the people will be involved.
Yeah, Solana's, pumping right now because of that. But I think at some point, people will get sick of it. You can only be rugged so many thousands of times before you're just like, well, I just don't want to do that anymore. I got to that point pretty quickly. NFTs are high risk too, but I think if we can succeed and we can raise the bar on like, all right, a project needs to dox their team. They need to be open and disclose what they're doing and how they're spending funds. And especially if they're raising money from a token, they need to be showing what they're using that funds for. So when that happens and more projects start to get more trust, I think the non-meme projects that are actually, legitimate, they're going to do much better because outside investors that are non-crypto users that just don't have any taste for that kind of risk, they will start jumping in more once they realize, well, this is an actual real investment and it's not going to go up 5,000 pro. So that's what we're trying to do. We're not doing it in the way that everyone else has, and we get attacked all the time for doing that. But I really want to be different and bring a different feel and more of a fun kind of environment to Cosmos. And by playing the game and you're going from chain to chain, and eventually, like this is a PvE game, player versus enemy. But eventually, once we get further out, I would love the different communities to be able to battle each other, and then we can actually create DAOs on each chain, and each chain has their own race that sort of collaborates, and it could be much bigger than it is on the first kind of release. So that's one of the things I'm hoping to do, but technologically a little bit more difficult than what we're doing now. We need to have a larger player base because if you don't have a few thousand people playing, it's very hard to have PvP battles. You're waiting for someone to log in to do that. It's not a fun thing.
But you create a great utility for your NFTs because, for example, most of the collections now, it's first of all the collection, and after that there is some utility. But here is absolutely another situation. There is utility comes first, and then people involved in such a way, they got better feelings about what they own, and they associate somehow with this NFT character because this is like they in game and it's like part of them.
The OG NFTs, the Crypto Dungeon ones, I think the floor is around 40,000 right now, but it should be far higher than that because they're getting multiple airdrops, and they're always going to be included in anything that we do. So if you hold the Cosmic Quest NFT and an OG NFT, it doubles your play to earn multiplier. So like our airdrop, we have a certain amount of tokens that we're going to pay out per month in Dragon. And based on your multiplier, that's how many shares you're going to be getting. So if you have a secret rare Cosmic Quest NFT, you have a 10 times multiplier on your play to earn. And then you have an OG NFT, gives you a 20 times. Now you're getting a much bigger percentage of the Dragon tokens that are being paid out, which I don't know if people have realized this, but the common NFTs will be worth a fair bit. But if you have an uncommon, times 2. If you have a rare, it's a times 3. A royal rare is a times 5. A secret rare is a times 10. And the legendary NFT is a times 100 multiplier. Only one. And I do know who has it, but I'm not ever going to give that person up. So I don't think they're ever going to sell it. And
yeah, sounds like that.
$1 million NFT at least.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, man, thank you so much for doing this and for joining our validator set too. And yeah, I mean, people just stepped up and said, hey, I want to be part of this. And that's what we wanted. I never had to beg anyone to validate. Posthuman just jumped in. Ape Iron wanted to help out. We've got White Whale now. NFT Switch is joining. We've got Gatadel jumping in soon. A couple other validators have already asked. So we really have 10 actually that have already wanted to join. And I'm going to keep it there because one, we don't need to be as decentralized as a DeFi chain. We're trying to get great speed and just really high efficiency. We want to have a lean validator set, and it does also concentrate the rewards amongst those 10 validators so that it's very worthwhile to validate for Dungeon Chain and it becomes something that people want to do and it becomes competitive. So if you get in the beginning, well, you're with us, your family. So yeah.
I hope we'll get a great journey. Thanks for your time. I think maybe if people will get to the second part of it and get something new to know. So let's see the game as soon as possible. Let's mint the NFT collections and jump.
The video on Cosmoverse is on. Yeah, the video for Cosmoverse is online. You can watch it. I didn't want to show it because it's not done yet, and some of the things are still kind of rough. But at least people can see. All right, we have a game. It's in active development. We're actually getting close to being. It is fully playable at this point, but before we launched the beta, I wanted all the maps to be done, and it's a full, complete game. And then after that, it's just polishing and finishing up features, adding all the blockchain stuff that we want to do. The NFTs obviously have to be mutable and cross-chain, so we're going to first do that with the Cosmoverse special edition NFTs. So if you have one of those, you can beta test it first. You know, if you participate in that Forge event, you could either buy them on Stargaze. I don't know if they're for sale right now because people probably don't want to sell them, but I have at least 25 that I can give away. So just participate in that Forge event as soon as Cosmos Hub launches it, and we'll be dropping those. But yeah, I will. I don't know. We'll hopefully talk soon here, but yeah, it should be playable to a significant number of people probably next month. What I'm hoping.
Sounds great because it's something new. It's something really we haven't seen before, especially on Cosmos Hub. And I think people will like it and would like to build something new on it. And also we'll try to create maybe their own NFT and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's nice seeing your face on video, man. Like, I appreciate all the help you're doing for us, and hopefully we'll talk soon.
Yeah, thank you also because you help us a lot to join such a great team with great people, meet new friends, and have a new journey. So, yep.
Yeah, we don't have all the skills we need. We're hardcore gamers, but like that's the whole thing. We had to bring in someone who was great at game development. We brought in a couple of people that can code and can do server work. Now we've got an amazing validator set that's joining. We have a new blockchain dev that just came on. So yeah, I mean, I think it's going to work out really well, but hopefully just be patient with us. And I know it's taken longer than people want to get the chain out, but we got to get it right. So thank you for giving us the time to do it.
Thank you also. And also, thanks everyone who watched this till this moment, because it's a really long thing, and I think it was interesting for you, and you knew something new about it. And let's wait the whole game, and let's wait for the pulse on osmosis. I hope it will happen soon. Thanks for watching again.
Thank you, man. See ya.
See ya.